That was a good well sound.
Okay, we are now live.
Yay.
Sorry about that. We are here to do homework discussion. So this week we have the School of Magical Stitches homework and Cheryl's Daily 30 Pumpkin Spice Week. So,
Cool. What would you like to start with?
let's start with School of Magical Stitches. It only has 3.
And I would like
Yay.
in advance for any coughing.
Yeah, we've all kind of got the coughs right now.
And Vicky's got a very sensitive microphone.
I apologize.
Okay, so for this week's homework, we have to choose between the light and the dark side. Everybody has light and dark inside of them, but we need to see what side we're leaning a little more towards. And in doing that, we stitch a 200 extra stitches in whichever side we choose. So the first part is we need to choose whether we feel more light or more dark, and stitch 600 in whichever one we choose. So what do you think you will be choosing?
Light.
Light? Jen?
Not sure yet.
Not, oh. Vicky?
Jen, you taking a walk on the dark side?
Yeah, maybe.
Light.
Sammy?
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Glad I'm not the only one.
I mean, it might be fun. But probably.
Well, I'm going to use the same project for everything, so.
You have to explain how you do that.
I do. Hang on, let me get my project.
Okay.
Sorry, the cat's here.
What do you think, Lisa?
Well, most of my projects are bright and happy topic matter. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking I might tie it in. I'm doing the semi-sane choosing my whip this week.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment, my 2 whips for that are neck and neck. One's Fairy Tale Princess and one's The Painted Orphans.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe whichever one wins that would be my light stitching, because they're both bright and colourful and happy.
Yeah, I'm doing the choose my whip also, and I could tie either one of them to be bright and cheery. What do you got?
I'm doing choose my whip also. And mine can be bright and cheery too. But I'm going to use George Washington.
Oh.
Because it was the bright sunshine, and it's when we gained our independence. It's also a dark time because families were ripped apart because of war and so many deaths.
Cool.
Oh, and I'm using it for the extra credit too, for the bonus point.
We'll get to that.
So I was about to write down the due date. I'll give you just a second, Jen. And you put August 15th.
See, I wasn't here to prove.
Vicky will be doing this now while we're live. I will go in and be editing.
Mute. All right, please mute while you type.
You're very bossy tonight, Lisa.
Yeah.
So I am going to use Lady Justice. And I was at first going to use it for light and dark because like there's definitely a dark side to our judicial system in the US. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use her for that for sure. And then I could use her for the light because she carries the scales of justice and she's bringing like balance in that way. So that could be considered like light. But I think for light, I'm going to use my So She Did pattern because it's like fun and bright colors, which is like my 17 pattern.
Okay, so part B is whatever you're not doing for part A. Only 400 stitches in this one. So, Jen, you said yours fits for both, right?
Yeah.
And Vicky says hers fits for both. Are you going to have to do a different one, Lisa?
Yeah, I'll have to do a different one. I don't have a lot of dark pieces as far as topic matter. I could keep working on the Spooky Hollow one as a Halloweeny type of dark magic sort of one. So that's probably my easiest option.
Okay.
What about you?
Mine will be whichever. I don't know. So on the Choose My Whips, the two I have it choosing between is a Christmas piece, which would probably more than likely be my Bright and Cheery. And the other one is my Guardians of Notre Dame, which could be considered dark, like a Gothic period. And so,
Gargoyles.
yeah, so it'll be those two in whichever order.
Beautiful. Well, that works well.
All right, and we have a special bonus this week. I do want to state, because not everybody knows the way Vicky thinks, that bonuses you get whether you do the other work or not. It's kind of like a bonus question on a test to help you give you those points on something you can't remember. So this week for us, it's 200 stitches on your most dazzling project. Explain how it dazzles you.
Ooh, dazzling. I could go literally and do my snow angel with all the metallic threads and sparkly bling. I haven't touched her for a long time. Or I could do my
Chatelaine.
Chatelaine because it's got all its fancy stitches and that dazzles me. Jen?
Chatelaine.
For me.
Oh, that's what I'm going with mine.
Your Chatelaine? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with.
Vicky?
It's all fancy threads and fancy stitches.
So I'm going to go with George Washington. And I know that doesn't look like a dazzling project, but it really did dazzle me because it's going to be, once we get it all done, it'll be a Guinness Book of the World Records thing. So that to me is kind of dazzling that my name's going to, if they do it individually, my name will be there.
Wow, that's special.
So that's kind of dazzling. And you want to know what else I did with the homework? I forgot to change the date for the Slytherin and for the Gryffindors, so theirs expired yesterday.
That's why we check things over with you after you post them.
Do what, Lisa?
That's why we check things over with you to help.
That's okay. These things happen.
So I'm hoping to start a new project this week. I want to do the Deck the Hall Sal from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And as soon as I saw it, it was like, oh my God, I have to have it. Definitely does. And you don't even really get to see it because it's a mystery stitch along. So it's like the whole entire picture, but it's blurred out. So you kind of get a sense for what it is, but then you don't really know. So that's pretty exciting. Plus, who isn't dazzled by Christmas? It's
Christmas
year.
Well, that was my other thought was, I could do my Christmas one. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, and you've got churls, Lisa?
Yeah, so this week's homework, like we can still do last week's, but we already planned that. Pumpkin Spice Week. And this came with an apology to the Australians. So I appreciate that apology. So the first one is 100 stitches or an hour, something to do with a test. Item used to take the test, a book, a grade, etc.
Can you tell me when this one ends? The due date?
Yeah, it's 20th.
Okay. And
so something to do with a test.
Anybody got any ideas?
Vicky's doing George Washington because she's doing a test on history.
There we go.
Am I right? Yep. You're not muted, so you can talk.
I know, but my voice is starting to sound funky.
I'm trying to
Okay.
think. Lady Justice could be a test of our government,
Civics.
civic
Civics.
system.
I've got an idea. Let me find it.
I should just take
Where is
100 stitches. I've stitched like so many already on her.
I don't know if my idea is actually on
What if I saw
my whip list.
swear I'm no good at testing?
I solemnly swear I won't stuff up again, miss. Okay, well mine, I can't show you anything because I can't find it. But I'm thinking maybe doing my winter into spring draw and thread sampler because I've not touched it since Mania and it has the alphabet in it.
There you go, alphabets.
So the next one then is, got me totally stumped.
And there's
Stitch on some,
100 again, Lisa?
yes, 100.
Okay.
Stitch on something that could be pumpkin flavored or scented for 100 stitches.
Oh, well, that one's easy.
Really?
Hold on 1 second, I'll show you. It's a pumpkin.
That's cute. When did you start that one?
I think during Mania. It only has a few stitches in it.
Awesome. So you get to touch a Mania.
Yeah.
I'll look for mine. Or one of the other, you tell me what you want.
You got anything pumpkin related? I'm not sure George can be pumpkin related.
No, I think EJ and I had talked about working on our elegant pumpkin, but I don't know if I'm going to do elegant pumpkin 1 or elegant pumpkin 2. So I've shot her a message to ask which one we're doing. So whichever one we're doing, I'll dig out my
And can I,
pumpkin.
point number 3, by the way, is stitch on a piece with a pumpkin for 100 points. So you actually can do 200 stitches if you separate the stitches. Some people don't realize you have to take separate start and finish photos for each points. Means you have to pause your stitching, take a photo and put in your photo. You can't just go, here's 200, it covers 2 tasks. And I know it's the same with magical stitches as well. So some people just don't get that. Okay, let me show you my pumpkin. All right, so my pumpkin is this one. It's the Hands to Work sampler from Victoria Sampler. And you can see quite clearly there is some pumpkins. So I got that set for the pumpkin, but I didn't know if I could do that as something pumpkin flavored or pumpkin scented.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all right, you reckon?
A pumpkin smells like a pumpkin, man.
Good. I'm glad because we don't have pumpkin scent out of here. Jen?
Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Plenty of pumpkin.
Cool. All right, next one. Could use pumpkins. Tie a piece to Cinderella somehow. Use your imagination for 100 stitches. George Washington can't tie into Cinderella, surely, Vicky.
I think you're testing her creativity now.
She's good at it. I've given her the challenge.
Okay, you ready?
It just has to tie into Cinderella.
Uh-huh.
Tie it into Cinderella. Use your imagination.
Cinderella's dress is blue.
Okay. I'm not an authority on what she'll accept, but I can see your point.
And they cross the Delaware at night, and Cinderella's carriage turned back into a pumpkin at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got Cinderella.
Cool.
Jen?
Jen's too busy yawning.
I'm thinking. I have a family that is Alice and Snow White, and they party with Cinderella at Disney World.
All right, my one's Alice as well. I think this one. Hold on, where is it? Oh, my internet's not behaving. Here we go. I know you guys have seen her. There we are. She looks like Cinderella, doesn't she?
Yes.
And I'd also like to point out she has a big poofy pink dress, which
Ooh,
I
she
might be
could
able to use for something else.
She could be used for a pygmy puff.
Exactly. Since you ruled that, I went, Alice can have two uses. All right, next one. Stitch on something you can tie into either a coffee or a dessert. 100 stitches. I know your soldiers needed coffee to keep them going, didn't they, Vicky?
Ooh, I hadn't thought about that. I was actually going through all my other 400 whips that I have to see what I can pull out.
I'm trying to help. I'm going to use my gun. Berry pie, carrot cake.
There you go. Let's see. I don't know. Well, my sparkler party has watermelon on it.
That's healthy.
Hey, Jen, we're going to need you to speak up a little bit.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm sure I have something. I have like plenty of like dessert things.
Oh,
And I haven't started.
duh. Okay,
What? Sammy's bringing it up.
cookies.
Yay!
Yep, I think that would work.
Photos.
Is that
So
the
that-
last one?
Yeah, while Jen's thinking, that's the last one other than the daily.
Okay. Okay.
Jen?
I'm looking. Hold on.
But again, it's all 100 stitches, like really quick ones.
I'm
Yeah.
Not bad as last week's 50s though.
Whip album photos were in my.
Which just makes it really hard with dodgeball, because with dodgeball we need 300 stitches, and to have to, I mean, if I can make it all work on the same project, that works, but if not, then do I go ahead and stitch 300 before I switch, or do I go in and post each 100 there too?
Oh, I know what I can use.
What's that?
Welcome to Pumpkinville.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Awesome.
I knew I had something. Sitting right
So
next to me.
there's lots of desserty on there.
Mhm.
So you also wanted to know the monthly one, Vicky, did you? The 7 Wonders of the World?
Yeah, I've been with Muggle School starting. I really just been kind of a slacker on some things because I just can't keep up with everything.
No
People
worries.
keep
Well,
throwing dodgeballs at me.
I'm so glad I'm not playing dodgeball. All right, well, the first one is 481 stitches on a piece with a pyramid shape.
Pyramid shape.
Yeah.
Does George have a pyramid on it?
Well, I'm doing it with a human cell.
Oh, yeah, look.
Oh, yes, there's a little tiny pyramid there. What is that?
It's an ice. It's ice.
So, ice.
There you go, 481 stitches.
In a pyramid?
No, just on the piece. You don't have to stitch the pyramid.
All right, 400. Let me write this stuff down because I'm never going to remember this. All right, 481 stitches on a pyramid.
Yeah. Sammy?
I'm trying to remember.
What we talked about.
My Pretty Little Paris has a pyramid on it. It has the Louvre.
The Louvre, yeah. And I'm doing, because Sammy and I talked about this last week, we just didn't do it live. I'm doing We Are Humans because I was actually up to the pyramid bit. So I've done that. See, look, I can even show you. Where is it? There we go. Look, see, there's my pyramids.
The old either Clouds Factory or Frosted Pumpkin pieces. It was one of the ones the year that it was like travel themed,
Yeah,
and they have pyramids.
cool.
One
That will
there's
work.
pyramids and the other one's got the Louvre. So
So the second one is stitch on a piece with a garden, 500 stitches, or 5 hours. So
I don't do good with hours because I lose track of time and I get on my phone. So I have to do the 500.
yeah, I'm just telling the hours because I know we're all counted
Ooh.
us for, but other people
Ooh.
watching.
I can use Tiger
Ooh.
Lily.
Where's her garden?
She's a flower.
Okay,
She's
she
a
is the
lily.
garden.
Yeah.
She's
She
the
is?
garden.
Yeah, see, hang on. She's literally a flower.
Cool.
So she's the garden.
Awesome.
Wait,
Works
and
for me.
this was from September 1st. So if I can pull something from September 1st. Okay, good. Because I've already worked on her son. Tonight I added some beads.
Well, if you started your photo on September the 1st, you're good.
I've got one. All right, what else we got?
Sammy?
Mine is Blessed is the Life, because it has a little garden in it. 1 second, I'll show you. Share. Come on. There it goes.
Oh, cute.
Some
It's a
sunflowers.
cute garden. Nice.
All right.
Well, needless to say, I'm doing my hands to work garden sampler. Jen?
use barnwood buttons because that's got all the flowers, and then there's like at the
Cool.
bottom a little pattern with like all the little flowers going across.
All right, the next one. I'm going to say this wrong. Sorry. A chryselephanine sculpture of ivory plates and gold panels on a wooden framework represented the god Zeus on a cedarwood throne ornamented with ebony, ivory, gold, and precious stones. Stitch a piece with something you can tie into one or more of the materials used to create the statue. 435 stitches.
What did I make them out again?
So you got cedarwood,
Wood.
ebony, ivory, gold, and stones.
Oh, wood. My boat for George.
I'll just find something that has gold metallic in it.
She has gold, and she is ebony and ivory.
That's awesome.
What is this one titled?
It's sculpture. Or are you talking about Sammy's piece?
No, I like Sammy's piece too.
Oh look, Lady Justice has gold beads.
There you go.
Hold on. Where's my?
Perfect.
I
Can you remember the picture?
don't think I have a picture of what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking that I might focus on the cedar wood because my When the Heart Blooms sampler has trees and it has a big wooden farmhouse in it.
There you go.
So that's what I'm thinking. All right, you ready for the next one?
Mhm.
Artemis was the goddess of chastity, hunting, wild animals, forest. Stitch a piece that contained one of the things she presided over.
I know.
Yes, Jan?
I'm gonna we'll use for that mini Alice and Snow White because they're like they have like forest creatures with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be using Fox Few because it has foxes. Yeah, wild animals.
Well, I'm going to use We Are Humans because I'm up to the Mayan/Greek section, and I'm sure there's a goddess of fertility somewhere there. Vicky? Not George. Tiger Lily, perhaps?
I can actually, because it says hunting. Aren't they hunting the enemy?
There you go.
Maybe.
Or it says forest. I've got my circle of the friends, my little wood nymphs,
Mm.
and that's a mirror that I could work on.
Wood nymphs would be fertility as well.
Are they?
I don't know. Circle of nymphs sounds very much like a fertility goddess sort of thing.
So I can either use George or my nymphs.
500. All right, next.
We're all sharing it here.
I moved
What?
my mic. I moved my mic.
Okay, 353 stitches on a piece with a graveyard, a tombstone, or a turkey. I'm not sure the correlation.
The person
Oh, I
person-
pull it up. I know why.
Yeah.
Because it's located in Turkey.
Okay, yeah, there was something.
I'm just reading the brief version. So, yeah, well, I'm going to have to do my spooky one because that's my only gravestone Halloween-y thing. So at least I can double dip that with my dark side of magic.
I already did that one. I did it on Haunted Mansion because it's got a little graveyard right in front of the house.
Cool.
I think I have a I'm sure I have a Mill Hill kit, a Halloween Mill Hill kit that I
Cool.
can use a graveyard for. I'm going to have to go dig. I'm sure I've got a Halloween piece with the.
I'm sure you do too.
Any guesses? Any guesses what I'm gonna do?
Halloween Hawk Run Hollow?
Halloween.
Ding ding.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding. That's 353 stitches for that one. Weird number.
Where are we getting these numbers?
It has
Must
to
be in the story.
Oh, because it was built between 353 and 350 BC.
There you go.
Yeah, they're all in the stories.
Yeah, in the long version. I'm only reading the short version. All right, the next one. 400 stitches to stitch a piece with a man in it, not with a man next to you.
My fairy tale lands have princes and men.
If I start,
What was that, Jen?
said, what if I start Merman?
Do you need a new start?
Who doesn't? I might because of dodgeball.
With men? Are there any men? Vicky, we don't need to ask you. I'm sure George Washington has a man in it.
It's got several.
All right, mine's a bit weird. I don't know if I've changed this from when I talked to you, Sammy, but I'm going to do my, where is he? Wandering Shepherd, because he's a man, and I'm up to like here, and I want to get it done.
There you go. I thought you, yeah, because I think when we talked about it, you were talking about We Are Human.
Yeah, but then I decided I could actually use this one to try and get it done, and I'm using humans for lots of others, so I'm changing that one over, and that's what I'm doing today when I get off this video. That's my mission for today. 400 stitches on the man.
I thought for sure you were gonna say we are humans.
Well, I did originally because there's lots of men on that. All right, the next one. Stitch on a piece with a lighthouse, a tower, a ship, or all in pink. 330 stitches or 3 hours.
This is a boat, not a ship. So I can't
I
use
think that's-
this.
I think you can.
Well, I will.
It's a ship.
And if I don't
It's
get
a
my
ship.
points, at least I've got 330 stitches on George.
330.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm going to use We Are Humans for that one, Jen and Sammy, because it's got a ship in it. In fact, I've already done it.
I'm using Fairy Tale Lands 2 because Rapunzel's Tower.
Ooh, that's a good one.
In Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, there's like a shipwreck. There's like a ship under the water in the mermaid block.
There you go.
So
Cool.
that'll work.
So that covers all that, except that we still are going with the hot air balloon. Vicky, you were wanting the hot air balloon, were you?
I haven't done that one yet. I understand you have to do like 50 stitches and 50 stitches.
I'll give you the really quick rundown, Vicky.
Okay, give me the quick rundown.
All
With
right,
school,
100 stitches with a piece with a chicken sheet duck or a stitch on a piece that's something French or something you'd find in the suburbs, 100 stitches. Something time related. Oh yes, Pretty Little Paris, definitely Sammy. Something time related, which George Washington would be because he's in a particular time, isn't he? His event. Something you'd look down for a hot air balloon and see. And something that's hot. And you had to choose between Fahrenheit or Celsius stitches. And then you had to stitch on one or more of the following colours you'd find in a hot air balloon. Red, yellow, purple, green, and black. And if you did them all, you got a bonus. So there you go.
Okay. Thank you.
I did manage to do all those colors.
Me too.
I'm
Took 2
impressed.
projects though.
I did way more than 50 on each of them, but
Oh, I did a little black blob of 50 and I stopped stitching at 50 because I had so much to do this week, but you'll see all that in my video. I have 2 videos to upload now since the retreat. All right, so the only other thing that we've already talked about monthly magical stitches, haven't we, Sammy?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's all there is to talk about this week, really, for homework.
Alrighty. That is it. And we'll do it again next week, hopefully, if we can all manage to get together.
Yeah,
That would be fun.
Seriously, if you like it, just let us know and we'll keep doing it. And if you don't care, let us know and we'll stop doing it.
Do we have a lot of people who like it?
So far, we've had at least 5 people comment saying that it was very helpful.
Oh, good.
All right. We will see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.